Murdered British woman hoping for violent death flew to US to meet man from fetish website. Her loved ones raised the alarm and said they feared she had got herself into an extremely vulnerable situation. An American man has been arrested on suspicion of murdering a woman from Portsmouth who flew to US seeking a violent death, reports claim. Now, I'm not one to kink shame. Whatever it is you're into, that's your business. As long as two adults are in agreement to what it is you're into, or whatever it is you're taking part in, that's completely fine. I have no problem with that. But these things like fetish websites, I never heard of that before. So this is the first time for me, I guess. But nothing good comes from that, in my opinion. Nothing good can actually come from that. And the fact this woman flew to the US to meet this man from this website, that's crazy to me. That's really sad. That really tells me that she was quite vulnerable, quite lonely as well, I might add. And sadly, this is the outcome. Concerns were first raised for Sonia, 32, after she failed to board her flight from Florida on the 13th of October, 3 days after she initially arrived in the US. A social media post shared by a loved one after her disappearance described the Brit as a vulnerable person, that seems about accurate if I'm being honest, who was struggling deeply with her mental health. We believe she has arranged to meet someone there and has got herself into an extremely vulnerable situation. Authorities in the UK then got in touch with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement via Interpol in the hopes of tracking down Sonia. Her body was then discovered in a shallow grave in a wooded area on the 17th of October. Sonia had shared a post on a fetish website explaining that she was searching for someone to abuse and kill her, according to Fox 35 Orlando. Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't even know this woman and my heart goes out to her. Like, I feel sorry for her already. Like, I don't even know this woman. Stories like this just really gets to you. And this guy right here seems to be the suspect in that situation. D1 Hill, 53, is alleged to have taken her up on his offer. On Monday, the 17th of November, he was arrested on charges of first-degree murder and kidnapping in connection to her death. Police have said he was already incarcerated on prior charges upon his latest arrest, as he had been taken into custody after being accused of fraudulently using Sonia's credit cards and unlawful use of communication device. This digital paper trail is reportedly what allowed the police to piece together who Sonia had flown to the US to meet. According to an arrest affidavit obtained by People, the 32-year-old penned a letter discussing how she wanted to be mutilated and disabled for the rest of her life if she could manage to get to him. Bail during a court appearance earlier this week, with Judge Laurie Cotton saying, "Under these circumstances, and there is no bond that would ensure your presence in court, keep the community safe." And the facts of this case, there is a large amount of evidence against you. Had allegedly collected Sonia from the airport upon her arrival across the pond before the pair drove to an Airbnb in Mulligan County. Investigators say he was seen on surveillance video purchasing a gun cleaner, rope and a shovel, which was later found to have both his and Sonia's DNA on it. This was shortly before picking her up. Fox 35 reports alleged that he wanted to help the 32-year-old, as claimed that he and Sonia had sex several times at the Airbnb. Footage is said to have been found on his phone which showed the Brit covered in bruises, while Sonia is said to have sent messages to her pal saying that she was in pain and expressing regret. She is alleged to have written, "He made it clear there was no way out unless I shoot him. I was questioning it last night. I thought he'll do it quick and not give my mind time to stew." In the video, which Hall later deleted, The American is said to have been trying to gain her permission to continue harming her, and although she appeared hesitant, she reportedly nodded her head. It also allegedly explains why she was there in the clip, as she is heard saying, "Because I'm an awful person. I've crushed everyone who ever loves me." Hall has told the police that he met the woman on a fetish website 2 years ago before she informed him that she was suicidal and wanted to be murdered. Autopsy concluded that Sonia died after suffering 4 stab wounds from a knife, which Hall reportedly posted to a friend in Ohio before the cops found the alleged murder weapon. It is said to have Sonia's DNA on it. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement Commissioner Mark Glass said of the horror case, Our agents have worked with extraordinary speed and unraveling determination to ensure justice was served and closure was brought to the victim's family. This type of violent crime and disregard for human life will not be tolerated in our state. Those who commit such heinous crimes will be held fully accountable. Hall has purportedly pleaded not guilty to all 4 charges he is facing, according to People. As I said earlier on in the video, I really feel sorry for this woman and also her family as well, I might add. Of course, her family. This poor woman, Sonia, was clearly in a really dark and troubled state of mind to the point where she decided to sign up to this fetish website and fly across the pond to meet this guy who unfortunately ended up taking her life. Whether or not that's what she wanted in the first place does not matter. The fact is, he still took a life and he still committed a crime. So therefore, no sort of justice should be given to him, in my opinion. And again, like I said early on in the video, if 2 consenting adults decide they want to get freaky, they want to get kinky, whatever the term may be, and they're both okay with it, that's perfectly fine. But when it comes to a point where a crime is actually being committed, to the point where a woman like this, for example, Sonia, has been killed, or the roles were reversed and a man has been killed, then that goes beyond just fetish fun or kinky fun, whatever it may be, and then something serious needs to happen in terms of justice. But with that being said, thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye for now.